نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره السلام عليكم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. أما بعد, our book on the evening of Ayyam al-Ahad is Ad-Durar Al-Bahiyyah في المسائل الفقهية by Al-Imām Ash-Shawkāni Muhammad Ibrāhīm. Ad-Durar Al-Bahiyyah is a book well known to us. We've been reading the book until we got to Kitab al-Janā'iz. We come from Kitab al-Tahārah and then Kitab al-Salāh and now Kitab al-Janā'iz. And under Kitab al-Janā'iz we had discussed Ahkām al-Qabr or Ahkām al-Qabr. We explain these two expressions from Qabr out of Qabr. Anyway, the both of them have been used for somebody who is lying down on the sick bed and death has come unto him. So you refer to him as Qabr. If you say Qabr, he is the one passing away. If you say Qabr, death has come to him. We explain all of this. We read firstly Ahkām al-Qabr, the chapter about a person just lying on the bed. It appears that as he's lying on the bed, he is going to pass away. It's usually an emotional laden situation, very difficult for the mind. Many times people will lose their attention. They will not know what to do. But here we have been told what to do in these kinds of circumstances. Some people will run away. When they see a problem, they run away because they are scared. Yes, death coming. So how do you help him through that process of passing away? What do you do to help him? So these are the matters of Ahkām al-Qabr. After that we came to Ahkām al-Mayyit. When the person finally dies, what is the next thing to do? We have covered him because that is part of Ahkām al-Qabr. Covering him with a white cloth, making him relax. All of this is discussed on Faslu Ahkām al-Qabr. But here on Ghusl al-Mayyit, the next thing is to give him a bath, wash him. You can call Ghusl al-Mayyit funeral bath. That is washing the corpse, washing the person who has died, washing the janaza. So this comes under Ahkām al-Ghusl al-Mayyit. And even that, we had discussed a part of it, because it's not completed in our last class. So we'll revise that and continue today, inshallah. Al-Imām Ash-Shawkāni said, rahimahullah, ويجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء الميت المسلم على الأحياء والقريب أولى بالقريب والقريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من المسلمين والقريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من جنسه وأحد الزوجين بالآخر ويكون الغسل 3 أو 5 أو أكثر بماء وسدر ويكون الغسل 3 أو 5 أو أكثر بماء وسدر وفي الآخرة تأكل وتقدم الميامن ولا يغسل الشديد ويجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء والقريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من جنسه وأحد الزوجين بالآخر ويكون الغسل 3 أو 5 أو أكثر بماء وسدر وفي الآخرة تقول وتقدم الميامن ولا يغسل الشديد. الإمام الشوكاني رحمه الله يجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء. It is compulsory upon those who are alive. This thing is not working properly. I'm just hearing it evaluate. He said, Rahimahullah, وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. يجب غسل الميت, washing the Muslim who has died. يجب على الأحياء. It is compulsory upon those of them who are alive. If any one of us dies, the rest of us who are alive, يجب عليهم غسل, washing him, giving him the funeral bath. يجب عليهم. It is compulsory upon the rest of the Muslims to wash their brother who has died. One Muslim dies, all of us, they like everybody. We must wash that our brother or our sister who dies. يجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء. It is compulsory on the Muslims who are alive to wash their brother who has died. والقريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من جنسه. القريب أولى بالقريب. The relatives, they have a greater right to do that job. A brother has a bigger right over the backing of his brother. He has more rights than his friend. Just like he told us in Al-Ahzab, وَأُولُو الْأَرْحَامِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلَى بِبَعْضٍ فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ. So a father has a bigger right to back his son. A mother has a bigger right to back her daughter. A sister has a bigger right to back her sister. وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ. I was saying a sister has a bigger right to back his sister. I did not say a sister has a bigger right to back her brother. Why? إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. That right is if the two of them are of the same sex, if they are of the same kind, if they are of the same type, meaning the father has a bigger right to bab his son, the brother has a bigger right to bab his brother, the mother has a bigger right to bab her sister, her daughter. But if there is a difference in the genes, in the type, in the kind, such as a male to a female, how do we handle that? The Allah will come back to that issue. A man dies, he only has his wife and his daughters. Do they have a bigger right to bab him away from his friends? No. I think we should just take that answer clearly. The bigger right is إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. The only condition that makes those kinds of relatives to have a bigger right is إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. If they are the kind of the person who died, how then his relatives. But if they are not his kind, the rest of the Muslims who are of his kind, if it's a male, males, if it's a female, females, they have a bigger right than ulul arham, those who are relatives. So this expression that one qaribu awla bil qarib, a near relative has a bigger right regarding his relative. It has one condition: if they are of the same kind. If they are not of the same kind, that awlawiyya is not there. We will come back to that inshallah. Because that also has another comma. That was why he quickly said, rahimahullah, وَأَحْدِ الزَّوْجَيْنِ بِالْآخَرِ. Another comma to that is أَحَدُ الزَّوْجَيْنِ. One of the two couples. A man has a bigger right to his wife. A wife has a bigger right to watch her husband. You see that they are different, but they are not from ulul arham. This is one evidence. The wife is not your brother. Your wife is not your sister. Your wife is not your sister. She's your sister in the deen, but she's different from your sister by blood. If you pass away, your sister by blood cannot pass. Unless you don't have men at all in that community. That one also has fiqh. The scholars mention it. A man dies in a community where everybody there is a woman. Who will bath him? If his sister is there, they will start talking about his sister. Come forward. What will she do? We will come back to it. How will she handle that bath? We will come back to it. But he said that وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ. This one does not involve the husband and wife. It does not involve the husband and the wife. Otherwise, he said وَأَحَدُ الزَّوْجَيْنِ بِالْآخَرِ. If it is husband and wife, the wife has a right to bath her husband. The husband has a right to bath his wife more than the rest of us. So a brother can pass away. I just continue to remember this brother Abu Usman. May Allah forgive him. Every time, even when I was not around, I was just remembering the brother. May Allah forgive Abu Usman. I didn't see him making any trouble with anybody. I never saw Abu Usman making trouble with anybody. He just goes his way. I like people who go their way and mind their business. Mind your business, Ikhwa, mind your business. The bulk of what puts people in trouble is because they did not mind their business. Sheikh Saleh Al-Husayni, he said one reason people stay long on the internet is because they don't mind their business. 90% of what people read on the internet are things that do not concern them. 90% of what people read on the internet, those things do not concern them. One man is a senator. He divorced his wife. What concerns you there? They did DNA. They did not do DNA. They went to hospital. They said that she was taking cocaine. What is your own problem with that one? How does that concern you? How is that your problem? The bulk of what the people get these days are things that do not concern you. Do not concern you. I usually like if I can conclude that somebody, this person, is minding his business. I usually like them. Likewise, women. 90% of the things that turn women to become bad women are things that do not concern them. You see women in 5, 10, 15 WhatsApp groups. It does not concern you. You want to know what's happening in another man's house. It does not concern you. Yeah. It does not concern you. The hadith is da'if, but its meaning is sound. That min husni Islam al-mar'i tarkuhu ma la ya'ni. Now, Al-Imām Al-Albani made it hasan. But Al-Qawl al-Rajih is that that hadith la yaqbal al-tahsin. But its meaning is correct. Mind your business. It will mind your business. If it is between two learned people, you will see that it is because the students under did not mind their business. One learned person with one learned person make a trouble. You see the younger was making like this. What concerns you there? You look how one man. And you are far and bad. I remember Sheikh Najimuddin almost 20 years ago. He said this to me. He said he notices that when people read the books of Shaykh Muhammad Nāsir Al-Albani very well, you will have some reservations regarding some scholars. For example, you will have some reservations against people like Sheikh Hamad Al-Assad, people like Sheikh Hamoud Al-Tuwayd. These are people that they had troubles together. Say, but any one of these people are big. Sheikh Ismail Al-Ansari. These are big scholars. But because the way Al-Imām Al-Albani, you know him, rahimahullah, when he is handling a matter, giving a strong rod, you say, don't do that. Because Al-Imām Al-Albani is Albani. So when he is handling a scholar like himself, that scholar does not come to a jahil because of that. So you now don't now begin to see that scholar. So I was talking about Abu Islam, but I know him, he usually minds his business. So for him now, his wife can choose to give birth to him. I mean, to wash him in his funeral. This is the like of what Al-Imām Ash-Shawkāni is saying here. That وَأَحَدُ الزَّوْجَيْنِ الْآخَرِ. Each one of the two wives, and each one of the two spouses, regarding the other, regarding his husband, her husband, or his wife. So the husband has a bigger right to wash his wife. The wife has a bigger right to wash the husband. I gave an example. One of our teachers said to me that when they were in Dimash, Al-Imām Al-Albani, one of his wives died in the night. By the morning when they came for Janaza, he had washed her and wrapped her. This Imam, Shaykh Al-Albani, he had washed his wife and wrapped her. The Sunnah Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu. So I think each of us, you should start preparing for that, because it can happen to anybody. When it happened to me, the women did not allow me. When my whole family died, I wanted to wash her, but the women did not allow. Say, Malan Kabari Kabari in the north. Say, Malan, leave it, don't worry, we watch. I said, leave it to 7 minutes. So I left it. So Ikhwa, start preparing. Because you need one strength you may not have that day. You need one energy you may not have. How about our mother Aisha? Radiallahu anha. After the Prophet had been washed, she was saying that لو استقبلت من أمري ما استكبرت ما غسل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم غير نسائه. If what had gone could have been brought back, nobody would have washed the Prophet except we, his wives. Why did you not do it that day, radiallahu anha? Pain. So if somebody is strong enough, it is the best. If the wife is strong enough, it's the best. If the husband is strong enough, it is the best. To watch his wife. May Allah protect all of us, with our wives and our children. But whether, no matter what we make to happen, one day is one day. What we are saying now will happen. He said, rahimahullah, وَيَكُونُ الْغَسْلُ ثَلَاثًا. The washing will be 3 times. 3 times. أو 5 or 5 times. أو أكثر or more. بِمَاءٍ وَسِدْرٍ. Each of the times that we will wash the cups, what are we going to use? Ma'un and what? Sidr. Ma'un and sidr. Some scholars say we grind the sidr and put it inside the water. Some say we just put the sidr leaves inside the water and turn it. It is ma'un or sidr. For each of the washing, the ma'un or sidr. Some people think that some will be with ma'un and sidr, some will be with ma'un without sidr. It is wrong. Each of the washing will be the ma'un or sidr. Each of them, the ma'un or sidr. He said, what will akhirati kafu? So in the last one, the last sitting, the last washing, he said, I will ask that. We'll come back to that hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, as long as you see the need to continue to wash, you continue to wash. Lakin yakunu witran. The washing will be odd, even. If it is even, you add one more. You saw that there is a need for it, you add one more. That's even. You now add one more to that even, so make it on. Ensure that it is on with room. On. So if you wash 5 times, you now still see some things coming out of me. Maybe from the buttocks, maybe from front. You wash again. That will make it 6 at least. To make it hot, you need another washing again. It must be with room. We'll come back to that hadith. Inshallah. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ كَافُورٌ. The last washing you now take, you add kafur. You add kafur. Yoruba call kafur kafrako. It's a white substance like this. It smells, has a smell, nice smell. Sometimes it comes from plants. But these days they are now synthesized in the laboratory. Do you know? There is artificial kafra now. Where in the past it used to be like an extract from a tree. But now they synthesize it. If you get the tree, better. If you get the synthetic ones, you love us. Because he said, alayhi salatu wasalam, look at this Rasulullah sallallahu. I usually tell people, the more you read hadith, the more your iman in Muhammad Rasulullah increases. You will be convinced that it is Allah who sent him, alayhi salatu. Because he says, Ash-Shaykh mislu, or something like kafur. So if you cannot get original kafur, the synthetic kafur is mislu. It's like it. The ruin. Kaluwa kwa kweko sopete bari kafra or biru kafra. Who taught him to say that, alayhi salatu wasalam? Min al-wahyi kana yatakallam. He was speaking from Ibrāhīm revelation to him, alayhi salatu. Ma kana yantiku عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي عليه الصلاة والسلام. So he says, وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ يعني الْمَرَّةِ الْآخِرَةِ. The last time when you wash, it will be what? Kafur. You add kafur to what? To ma'un wa sidr. Some of the scholars say no. You add kafur to the water. But the correct thing, and Allah knows best, is that this view has come from the time of the Tabyān. That's the view of people like Qatada, Ibn Sirin, that that it is just kafur and water. Others among the scholars say no. He said they should use ma'un and sili. He did not remove sili in any of the times. He just said add kafur. So add kafur to what? To ma'un and sili. So add kafur to ma'un and sili. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ كَافُرٌ وَتُقَدَّمُ الْمَيَامِنُ تُقَدَّمُ الْمَيَامِنُ. Al-Maymana is the mufrad of mayan, right side. Tuqaddamu al-mayan. So when you wash the head side, you start from the right side and the left. When you come to the neck side, the right side and then the left. When you come to the shoulder side, the right side and then the left. When you come to the abdomen area, the right side and then the left side. When you come to the waist area, the right side and then the left side. When you come to the lap, between the waist and the lap, the right side and then the left. When you come to the shank, the right side and then the left side. When you come to the feet, the right side and then the left side. To cut double mayan. You wash the right side and then the left side. How about the back? The same thing. If you want to turn him, you turn to wash the right side first. Then you turn to wash the left side. If you want to wash his buttocks too, you turn to wash the right side. Then you turn to wash the left side. Like that. تُقَدَّمُ الْمَيَامِنُ تُقَدَّمُ الْمَيَامِنُ وَلَا يُغَسَّلُ الشَّهِيدُ. Those who die in the battle of jihad, on the battlefield, they are going to be fought. لَا يُغَسَّلُ. We do not wash them. We do not wash the shuhada. This is the matter on Ghusl al-Mayyit. Ahkam Ghusl al-Mayyit by Al-Imām Ash-Shawkāni rahimahullah. It remains for us to bring the ahadith for each of the things that we mentioned. And some of them we had actually discussed them. For example, his first saying that وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. What makes it compulsory? Where did he get that from? The first of them is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiyallahu anhuma, where he said that بينما رجل واقف بعرفة, when a man, at the time when a man was standing at Arafah, this happened during Hajjatul Wada, إذ وقع على رحلته فوقصته. He fell on his piece of body. He fell down his camel. He gave me the kick and he passed away. Camels have kicks, so the donkeys have kicks too. Those kicks can kill a person, like you heard here in this hadith. Sometimes it comes below the tummy. Oh Lord, may Allah protect us. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اغسلوه بماء وسدر. Wash him with ma'u and sidr. That's the hadith. But the evidence of wuju comes from that command. Eghsiluhu along. So that command, yesterday wuju, it implies and constitutes a command and obligation. Eghsiluhu, bath him, give him a bath. This command to give him a bath brings the obligation rule, gives us a rule of obligation. Let me stop this hadith here, because we will be coming back to it. So, he said, alayhi salatu salam, "Siluhu bima'in wa sidrin." This is also evidence that when we are giving them the bath, what will we use? Ma'un and what? Sidr. Ma'un and as-sidr. That hadith occurs in Al-Bukhari and Muslim. The second hadith that shows that it is compulsory, عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ, is the hadith of Atiyya. Atiyya radiyallahu anha, she said, دخل علينا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. We said she was not the only one. How many were they? 4 women. Those who gave birth of funeral to Zainab, as is in a riwayah to Al-Mashhura, it was Zainab. In other riwayat say it was Kulthum. That bath was given by 4 women. The one of them that people, in fact some people think that it was Atiyah alone. But she said, Dakhala alayna, meaning that she was not alone. Radiyallahu anha. She was with Asma bint Umays, the wife of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Radiyallahu anha. Amongst them was also Safiya bint Abdul-Muttalib. Radiyallahu anha. One of the aunts of the Messenger. Safiya bint Abdul-Muttalib. And Layla bint Ghalib as-Saqafiyya. Layla bint Ghalib as-Saqafiyya. These were the women together with Atiyah who took that path. All these names occur in Ahadith al-Sahihah, that they partook in that Ghusl Mayyit regarding the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Atiyah said, Dakhala alayhi al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa nahnu nabsil ibnatahu. When he came, that time we were washing his daughter Zainab. فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام. The Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ilsilnaha. This is this command, Ilsilnaha. You women, wash her. Ilsilnaha. Wash her. This is the dalil that it is compulsory for those who are alive to wash the dead Muslim. Although he said there is still Naha Salata, he mentioned the number of times. Alayhi salatu wasalam. Aw khamsan, aw sab'an, aw akthara min dhalik. You see where we got all of that? It's still Naha Salatan, aw khamsan, aw sab'an. There's riwayah of sab'an in Sahihayn. Aw akthara min dhalik. Or more than 7 times. As long as we see that there is a need to wash. So this hadith, the proof we want from it is that his statement is still wash the cups. So that first command in the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, that is where the evidence lies regarding wudu. In this hadith of Atiyah, the evidence lies in Ilsilnaha. In the first hadith, he said, Bima'in wa sidri. Go. In the second hadith, he just said, Salatan, aw khamsan, aw sab'an. Bimada? Bima'in wa sidri. Where did we get that? From the first hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas. Radiyallahu anhum. Some of the scholars say that the second proof that it is compulsory to bath a person who dies is ijma'. They say the second proof is al-ijma'. From those who have cited that ijma' was Al-Imām ibn Abdul-Raūf in At-Tibyān. Likewise Al-Imām ibn Hazm al-Andalusi in Al-Muhalla. Likewise Al-Imām Badruddin al-Aini in Najm. Likewise, Al-Imām al-Suyuti, Al-Imām al-Mardawi, and others like Al-Imām al-Nawawi and others. They say there is ijma'. Al-Imam Abu al-Abbas al-Qurtubi in Al-Mufhim, the Sharh of Sahih, he said there are some scholars who believe that it is just sunnah. This view has been held by some scholars. Others say it is shubur. It is a statement that is strange to say that it is not compulsory on us to wash a dead Muslim corpse. It's not compulsory. It's sunnah. Sunnah ni alimashe. To say this is shubur is a strange statement. Imam Ibn Hazm rahimahullah, he said regarding those two hadiths, the hadith of Atiyah and the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, especially the hadith of Atiyah, he said rahimahullah, فَأَمَرَ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ بِغَسْلِهَا. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam commanded that Zainab should be washed. وَأَمْرُهُ فَرْجٌ. And his commanding them to do that constitutes an obligation. مَا لَمْ يُخْرِجْهُ عَنِ الْفَرْضِ نَصٌّ آخَرُ. as long as another text does not remove it from that obligation. وَلَا خِلَافَ فِي أَنَّ حُكْمَ الرَّجُلِ, and there is no difference regarding the fact that the ruling regarding a man وَالْمَرْأَةِ سَوَاءٌ, and the ruling regarding a woman is the same. He gave the command here, it's still not that it was a woman he was giving it was a woman cause that the order was about. And those receiving the order in the hadith of Abiyah were women. So there is no difference. Whether it was women that he was commanding to wash a woman, or men that he was commanding to wash a man, as in the hadith of Ibn Abbas, Silu, Bima, and was a dream. So they are sawa, they are the same. There is a qaida among the scholars of hadith that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, amruhu li wahidin, amrun lil jami', amru rasuli li wahidin. When the Prophet commands somebody alayhi salam, one person, who is he commanding? All of us, to us, is commanding us. So it is compulsory bi'idhnillah to wash a corpse when the Muslim passes away. There are a lot of other statements around this, but we can proceed inshallah. Now this compulsoriness is lil kifaya. The wujub here is lil kifaya. What does that mean? إذا فعله من فيه كفاية سقط الحرج على الباقي. إذا فعله من فيه كفاية سقط الحرج على الباقي أو عن الباقي. When those who are sufficient, those who gave birth to the daughter of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Zainab, how many were they? 4. So when 4 people do it, when 2 persons do it, when 3 persons do it, I have bathed a corpse before with 1 person. There were 4 or 5 who wanted to bath the brother. When they brought his corpse, the way his head was looking, there was an accident. The head was broken. When they opened the corpse in the hospital, the brothers ran away. Our brother Smoker, they ran away. They yes, one. So I went out. I grabbed one of them. I started toasting him, begging him, pleading with him. So he was coming with me. Because I could not have bathed him. They say, you is big brother. Big. I could not have done it alone. So I cajoled or encouraged brother come. So he came with me. That was in Abuja in 2002. I'm sure perhaps some of the brothers will be listening to who were there. So the 2 of us did it. Now the 2 of us, we did who did it. We have removed the obligation away from the rest. سقط الحرج عن الباقي. The blame of not washing him goes off the rest of the people. It goes off them. وَإِذَا تَرَكُوهُ كُلُّهُمْ آثِمُوا كُلُّهُمْ. لَوْ تَرَكُوهُ. Now if all of them had left him, they are afraid all of them will be committing a sin. But if some people now take care of it, the sin goes away from the head of everybody. All of these that I am saying, Al-Imām al-Nawawi said it, rahimahullah, in Al-Majmū'. Al-Imam Ibn Hazm al-Andalusi, he said it also in Al-Muhalla, volume 5, page 374. You can go back to all of these in that, bi'idhnillah. So that is the first expression. يَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى اللَّهِ. We know the evidence too. What and what? Sunnah and what? Ijma'. The Sunnah comes from 2 hadith. Hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, the hadith of At-Tibyān. One young boy just memorizing Sahihain. Sometimes when he is full of nusus, he will come to, he will mention one mas'ala, say that hadith, the hadith of Sultan, so in Bukhari the hadith of, he is wondering every day, how do you keep, this is how you keep these things in your mind. The evidence that says it is compulsory to wash a corpse, there are 2 hadiths. Hadith of Ibn Abbas, hadith of At-Tibyān. Ibn Abbas, Bukhari, Muslim, At-Tibyān, Bukhari, Muslim. You keep it like that. You are storing the hadith somewhere. So you have the evidence. The second evidence is ijma. This one there, but some scholars say that statement is shaz. Any statement saying that sunnah nikah well, shaz is a strange statement. Said keep it away. The ijma is mun'aqid amongst the ulama. I hope that it is clear. He said, rahimahullah, وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ الْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ. A brother has a bigger right than others. We've explained that. What is the proof for that? Al-Imām Muhammad Nāsir Al-Albani in Ahkam al-Janā'iz. He gave one evidence for that. He said, لأن الذين تولوا غسله كانوا كما ذكرنا. لأن الذين تولوا غسل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كانوا كما ذكرنا. Because those who watched the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, they were those who were nearest to him. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Abbas, Al-Fadl, Al-Qusam. When I was far younger than this, in 1993-94, in the madrasa we attended, 93-94, it was before 93-94, because in 93-94 I was already in university. And what I'm saying now happened when I was in JS2. That should be 1988-89, 88. In 1988 I was in JS2. Some of us are 50 years old that time, 1988. Go. In 1988, I was in JS2 that time. You know how I knew that I was in JS2? I will tell you one thing that happened around that time. They were playing, it's in 1989. They were playing Saudi 89. So that's our teacher, we used to discuss Saudi 89. You know Saudi, you remember Saudi 89? The man miracle. We were young then. So that's our teacher. His name was Kusam. That's where I'm going. He graduated from the University of Ilorin. That time, he was teaching our madrasa. He came for his service in River State. So he was teaching us. His name was Kusam. Kusam. We never knew who it was. But take it today. The last person who had a dealing with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam physically was who? Kusam. The last person to come out of his grave was Kusam, from the younger brothers of Abdullah ibn Abbas. His name was Kusam. So we used to call him Kusam, Malim Kusam, Malim Kusam. We didn't know him. He didn't teach us to. So these are those who watched the Prophet. I'm telling you something, you used to pin it down. You make profits, you bring something down with something. So these were those who watched the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Abbas, Fadl, Kufa. They were those who took care of the Janazah. So if it was not Sunnah, they would not be the one. Others would have joined them. Radiallahu anhu. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu reported a hadith, and that hadith occurs in Sunan ibn Majah. Al-Imām Al-Hakim al-Nisaburi also mentioned it in his Mustadrak. Likewise, his student Al-Imām Al-Bayhaqi. Ali ibn Abi Talib said, "Nasaltu an-Nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam." I watched the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَذَهَبْتُ أَنْظُرُ مَا يَكُونُ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. I went on to begin to search on his body. Ma yakunu min al-mayyit, things that usually come out from a dead body. Will I see maybe some blood, maybe some death, maybe some urine? I was searching, will I find something? The like of what we find in dead bodies. Will I find it on the body of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Says, "Fala ara shay'a." I did not see anything. وَكَانَ طَيِّبًا حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا عليه الصلاة والسلام. The Prophet was طَيِّب حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. كَانَ طَيِّبًا حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. One of the brothers who gave birth to Abu Usman, I saw it on his status. He just said, كَانَ حَيًّا كَانَ طَيِّبًا حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. I was laughing. Because he's sending a message only few people can understand. كَانَ طَيِّبًا حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. Prophet was fine, nice, sweet, clean, alayhi salam. Hayyan wa mayyita. While he was alive. So start your own now. You can't keep a dirty lifestyle and you are expecting that. Because it is going to have an impact. If you don't want to be dirty when you die, keep clean when you are alive. Inna Allah tayyibun. Look at kana tayyiban. La yakbal ila tayyiban. Wa kana rasulu tayyiban. Hayyan wa mayyita. Ma'mura dada. Dress well. Be neat. Be clean. I always say, to be clean is not expensive. To be dirty is more expensive than being clean. You know what? When biology or microbacteria catch you, fungi or virus catch you, the money you spend in the hospital will be more. Keep a clean lifestyle, ikhwan. Let your poops be clean. We would not like it that when we are bathing you, your pubic areas are now like a bush. So don't let us feel bad when we have to wash you. But you know why? You know what? The death will not give you notice. So make it your lifestyle. Likewise, a woman. We are sure women too will not like it. They want to wash a woman. Go a woman. It's bad. Keep clean. It's one of the lessons in this hadith. Kana hayyan, kana tayyiban hayyan. Dead and alive. The Prophet was a clean person. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Clean. Nice. Bara ibn Azib said, I never felt anything nice. Anas said it than the skin of the Prophet Muhammad. Hanabi Baba Waloba di Bekama File. Alayhi salam. Clean. Shabab. Clean lifestyle. Some people we are busy, they are OBS. One of our teachers, one day I asked him a question. I said, why you always meet every day? He said, there's a hadith. I came across that hadith. I think it's in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad. That when we wake up on the day of Qiyamah, we will be nude as Kufat, Urat, and Hurla, like he said in that. Alayhi salam. The first clothes that we will wear are the ones that we die in. The ones that when you die, that was the cloth on you. That is the first cloth you will wear on the day of Qiyamah. On the day of Qiyamah, when righteous people, once they start seeing themselves neat, clean, mashallah. And they be clean. Even when in the night you want to dress, let it be that you have bed dresses that are clean. Because sometimes like our brother Abu Usman, may Allah forgive him. He made a tweet, he made a WhatsApp post by 10:20 something p.m. in the night. It was the last post in the madrasa group. He was announcing that Sheikh Fawzan has been announced as the Mufti. I said that is the last thing he will ever say in this dunya. The last thing he will write is what in Sheikh Fawzan ni Mufti Saudi. Halas. The next post was announcing his death. That the brother who posted this post up here, he has died. So how are you looking? What's your look that time? How are you dressed? Are you neat? Are you dirty? Are you smelling? Some shabab, talibul ilm. What you wear? Talibul ilm. Imana inani, imana. To ba se pe mo ni lóòótọ́. Takunu tayyiban hayyan wa inda al-mamat. So please, ikhwa, take care of yourselves. Ummahat, take care of yourselves. Some women are very, very dirty. Very dirty. Room, toilet, kitchen, I usually say this sometimes. Dirty. So take care of yourself. Ali said, رضي الله عنه ابن أبي طالب وصلت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فذهبت أنظر ما يكون من الميت. I went on to start searching whether I would see something. It says, فلم أرى شيئا. I did not see anything. وكان طيبا حيا وميتا. This hadith, Al-Imām Al-Nawawi gives it sahih. Al-Imām Al-Albani rahimahullah also mentioned that the hadith is sahih. He said rahimahullah, إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. Go. Before I leave that, let me come to second istidlāl. This one is the Ra'i wal-Istihsan by Al-Imām Ash-Shawkāni. When he said, وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. He said, rahimahullah, that لِلْقَرَابَةِ مَزِيَّةٌ. Nearness, closeness, family, relative, that relationship has a maziyah. It has a uniqueness. وَزِيَادَةُ قُنُوٍ. It has additional patience and soft spots you have. وَشَفَقَةٌ. And pity and gentleness. تُوجِبُ كَمَالَ الْعِنَايَةِ. That will necessitate that it will make you perfect whatever you are supposed to do on that cross. Why? It's your brother. You want to wash him well. You want to keep him well. You want to make him gentle. All of these things are required when we are taking care of the corpse. A brother will have it with respect to his brother. A father will have it with respect to his son. The son will have it with respect to his father. Like that. A sister will have it with respect to her mother or her sister more than any other woman. Gentility, pity, easy, carefulness when you are bathing them. You will have it more. Others among the scholars also say you are able to keep their secrets more. If you find anything, you won't say anymore. Because of the closeness, you won't like to insult your brother. If you see him, you will not be able to say that it is your brother. That's why he said, وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ, from the evidence is that if it were possible and lawful that somebody who is not from his genes can still give birth to that dead corpse, the Prophet ﷺ would not invite Atiyya, he will not invite Safiya, Asma bint Umays, and the rest of the women, come and give my daughter. He would have birthed the girl by himself. But instead of he called other women to come and do it. So that shows that there has to be at-tawafuq in their genes. They have to conform in the same kind, male to male, female to female. Don't forget, we are coming back to that. And that's why I said, rahimahullah, وَأَحَدُ الزَّوْجَيْنِ أَوْلَى بِالْآخَرِ. One of the two spouses, the husband has a bigger right regarding the wife, and the wife has a bigger right regarding her husband. That is from a hadith of our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, that Raja Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam min al-Bahiyyah. One day the Prophet returned from al-Bahiyyah. He used to go to Bahiyyah alayhi salatu salam to say taslim to the dead ones there and make dua for them. فَوَجَدَنِي وَأَنَا أَجِدُ سُدَاءً فِي رَأْسِي. The Prophet came back, he met me while I was having some headache on my head. وَأَنَا أَقُولُ, and I was saying, وَارَأْسَا, oh my head. ورأسا أريد my head كينا Allah na kaina. Oh my God, my head. Sometimes they also say, Wayo kaina. Wayo kaina, oh my head. Wa rahsa. My head. رضي الله عنه. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم بل أنا يا عائشة ورحصا. Even me to Aisha, warahsa, or you femina. Many times, women will tell you that warahsa. Abu even say pele. The Prophet has not said pele here, or to say Aisha, wa ana warahsa. Even me too, my head, I have headache. Ikhwa, wallah, many times men don't tell women what happens to us. We have pains, we can't say. Will be managing it. They won't even see it. They won't know. We have challenge. Men have challenges we don't tell women. That's why I usually advise women, don't become a problem to your husband. The man already has enough problem. Enough problem at work. He has monies to pay. The last rice and beans he brought to you in the house. Mama Shebewa. Your university, he elected sent text message. Abu Alpha. He's thinking about it. You, when you came into the house, you are shouting, Warasa. Okay, Wana Warasa. So when Abu says that, it is sunnah. Ana ya Aisha Warasa. Aisha Ibina Warasa. Abu Muslim. وأنا وارثة. The Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam بل أنا يا عائشة وارثة. Even me too. أريفويننا عليه الصلاة والسلام. ثم قال, after that the Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ما ضرك لو مت قبلي فقمت عليك فغسلتك وكفنتك وصليت عليك ودفنتك عليه السلام. The Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ما ضرك لو مت قبلي. It will not be bad for you, O Aisha. It will not cause you any harm. لو مت قبلي, if you die before me. Warasako, no problem. If you die before me, it's not a problem. What will I do? Fakasaltuki, and then I will wash you. Wakafantuki, I will wrap you. Wasallaytu alayki, I will pray janaza over you. Wadafantuki, and then I will bury you. There's nothing bad about that. Wàrà sáàkó tó bá kú máa wẹ̀, máa yí ọ láṣọ, máa kírun lé ọ lórí, máa wá ṣe kí. If sometimes you say this to women today, you say, àbá ìpìlẹ̀ ṣẹ̀ alórí fọ́wà ìkúlẹ̀ ó dàgbẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyàwó ni they start searching your phone for that day. Don't let that be a problem. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to Aisha, Ma ضرك لو مت قبلي فقمت عليك فغسلتك وكفنتك وصليت عليك ودفنتك. It will not cause you a harm. There is nothing bad about that, O Aisha. If you die before me, لو مت قبلي, if you die before me, فغسلتك, and then I wash you, and then I wrap you, and then I observe Salat Janaza on you, and then I bury you. This is evidence that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ pointed to his backing her and she backing him. She also said that too in the end of this hadith. He said, if you too you die, you know how radiallahu anha. This hadith, the end of it, she said, no problem. Then in about Quran, she said, Ma baraka. Koni Guru. My friend, so that I will bath you, I will wrap you, I will pray on you, and then I will bury you. She said it back. In fact, it wasn't long when the Prophet returned from this battle that his sickness started. This war, it was the beginning of the sickness that led to the death of the Prophet Muhammad. So it appeared that Allah knows best that he was actually telling her how to handle it. But that kind of was she able to bath him? It was after she was now saying, if it was possible to reverse it, I would have bathed him by myself and the rest of the room. So in any case, this shows that a wife should start getting prepared to bath her husband. The husband should bath the wife. But I'll advise you in our time, take precautions. If your wife dies in the night, don't quickly start bathing her before the next morning. It's a big precaution in our own time today. Come about some old man. Especially if you used to have quarrel with her. Bring people in. After that, confirm death, you can now do that sooner. درء المفاسد مقدم على جلب. That is my evidence. Avoiding trouble is giving more preference than trying to gain something beneficial. Avoid trouble, always ikhwa. Anything that will bring you to trouble, don't do it. Take precaution. One of my teachers, Sheikh Najib, he will say, Rahimahullah, Hafizahullah. He say, I kill Kawago. This knowledge in Islam will make you, let me take precautions. So this hadith, Al-Imām Ibn Majah, he mentions it in his book, As-Sunan, under Babu, Ma Ja'a fi ghasli ar-rajuli imra'atahu وغسل المرأة زوجها. باب ما جاء في غسل الرجل امرأته وغسل المرأة زوجها. الإمام ابن المنذر رحمه الله says ولا فرق بين غسل الرجل زوجته وبين غسلها إياه. No difference in the rule between a man's washing his wife or the wife washing the man. No difference. It's the same. Because there is no privacy between the two of you. So if she dies, no privacy. The way you wash a man, you wash her like that. Wash her, take care of her. May Allah take care of all of us. Before I leave this area, let us discuss a mas'ala. A man dies, and we will not find any man to take care of him. Or a woman, your mother, your sister, your daughter dies. Who will take care of the ghusl of that girl? The mother is not there, no woman to take care of that corpse, as was in the case of Zainab. The Prophet calls people, alayhi salatu wasalam. Umatiya call, Asma'u call, Safiya call. The Prophet invited them, alayhi salatu. But in this case, perhaps where you are, nobody to call. Like those of our brothers living in far remote areas in Southeast. These days you start reading newspaper. They say, can a Christian be a governor in Kano? I say, what are you saying? Can a Muslim be a governor in Anambra? Benila. Can a Muslim be a governor in Imo? Not military governor, civilian elected governor. Can a Christian be governor of Kano? Why do you think Kano that you want to be governor of? So Muslims are in remote there, those areas, we know them well. I live there, I was born there, I grew up there. The hatred against Muslims and Islam is much, especially in the southeast. When you are Hausa, every Muslim is when you are Hausa. Hausa church. Masjid is the Hausa church. Quran, Hausa Bible. Hausa. That's why they'll be abusing you. These are the people who say that they are tolerant. May Allah protect all of us. So, a man has a daughter who dies. He has a mother who dies. He has a sister who dies. There is no woman who can take care of these corpse. How do we handle that woman? Al-Imām Malik rahimahullah, he said that La ba'sa inda Abdur-Raūf. In the case of situation like this, La ba'sa inda Abdur-Raūf. In a case like we can't find a woman to bath the girl, the woman, or your sister, there is no blame. And يغسل الرجل أمه أو ابنته أو أخته. There is no blame if a woman dies, whether his mother or his sister or his daughter that has grown up. There is no blame, inshallah. أن يغسل الرجل أمه أو ابنته أو أخته. There is no blame, inshallah, for a man in the case of Bahu. Don't forget that the man will wash his daughter or his mother or his sister. In Al-Mudawwanah Al-Kubra by containing the statements of Al-Imām Malik rahimahullah, he said, Jaizun again. جائز أن يغسل المرأة ذو محرم لها. جائز أن يغسل المرأة ذو محرم منها. It is law that the mahram of a woman can give birth to her. That's in the case of Darura, don't forget. Her uncle can give birth to her and give her that birth. Her uncle, her brother, her father can give birth to her. A man can also do that for his mother. But they told us how that ghusl will take place. They say, "Min fawqis saw." It will be from above their clothes. You will not remove their clothes. In lam yakun nisa, if we can't find women, their washing them will be above their own clothes. وَكَذَلِكَ الرَّجُلُ تَغْسِلُهُ ذَاتُ الْمَحْرَمِ مِنْهُ إِذَا لَمْ يَكُنْ رِجَالٌ. The same thing applies to a man. Everybody around him, they are women. Maybe his mother or his sister or his daughter. They can give birth to him. They can wash him. If we don't find men there, that woman will cover him up too after bathing him. But don't forget, just like the woman, they will not also undress the man. Just like we will not undress the woman, we will be washing the corpse like that. We pour the water on her, the water al-ma'u and as-silik. We mix it together, 1, 2, 3, we pour it like that. The same thing applies in imra'atun ma'a ghayri mahramin laha. A woman is with those who are not her mahram. Once you start that now, we don't know anybody with her. And there is no woman here who can give birth to her. Wash her. These are mentioned in big books of Sunnah from the past. It's not a new mas'ala. The same thing, a man in the midst of women. A brother is somewhere, he dies. He does not have a wife, nobody. He is the teacher of some women in the place. Everybody around him are women. What will they do to him when he dies? They will pour him the water without undressing him. And then they wrap him. And then they observe Salatul Janazah on him. And then they bury him. May Allah forgive our dead ones. How about when the boy is a young, small boy. The ulama say women can wash a small boy. Some say it's 7 down. Some say it's 5 down. Small boy can say, women know that. Women know how to say yes. Just like when a young boy begins to look at a woman too much, she will just drop her go. Have you observed that? Oh my God, the next time when she sees him, she will not open her go. Women have a way of knowing that by themselves. When women see a small boy, and they will watch it. I have one small boy, one sister in the club. Each time she says, I say, my Shaykh, my start playing. I say, hey, tomorrow now, you will not play with him again. No? She will remove his cap, shake him. I say, hey, tomorrow now, in 6 months, she's watching women. The day that she feels that of a thing, she will just cut off. That time, they can't wash that kind of a body. Below that, yes. I mentioned that because I said women usually know somebody they can wash in terms of being young. So when they say small boy, we can wash this boy. Al-Imām Ibn al-Munzir rahimahullah says, أجمع كل من نحفظ عنه من أهل العلم على أن المرأة تغسل الصبي الصغير. All those from whom we took knowledge from the scholars, they are agreed that أن المرأة تغسل الصبي الصغير, that a woman can wash a small boy. I think this suffices regarding all of that. ويكون الغسل 3 أو 5 أو 7 أو أكثر بماء وسدر. We have brought that hadith book that occurs in the hadith of Abdur-Raūf when she said دخل علينا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ونحن نغسل ابنته. The Prophet came to us while we were washing his daughter. فقال, he said, اغسلنها 3, wash her 3 times, أو 5 or 5 times, أو 7 or 7 times, أو أكثر من ذلك, or much more than that. إن رأيتن ذلك, if what you see make you think that we should wash more, you wash more. قالت, he said, radiyallahu anha ummatiya. I asked the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which ran? It should be odd number. Qala na'am. The Prophet said, yes. وَاجْعَلْنَا فِي الْآخِرَةِ كَافُورًا أَوْ شَيْئًا مِنْ كَافُورٍ. The Prophet said, yes. Let it be odd. وَاجْعَلْنَا فِي الْآخِرَةِ. In the last round, in the last wash, you determine the last one, put kafur. وَجْعَلْنَا فِي الْآخِرَةِ كَافُورًا أَوْ شَيْئًا مِنْ كَافُورٍ. You put in the last one kafur or something like that. So here many scholars mention so many perfumes, so many things came in under this exemption that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave them. You give it kafur or something like that. He said, rahimahullah, wa tuqaddamu al-mayamin. Wash the right hand side first. Where did we get that? In hadith of Atiyān. The Prophet said to them, radiyallahu anhum, ibda'na bimayaminiha. Ibda'na. Start with our right sides. ابدأنا بميامنها ومواضع الوضوء منها. Start with her right side and the parts of her body where she performs wudu. The ulama said there are 2 things here. He said there are 2 parts. Parts that we want to wash. Women make wudu or men make wudu. The parts that we will wash that are not from parts of wudu. So they say if we are washing the parts of wudu, you start with mayamin. So you go straight the way we make wudu. Then if you are pouring the water on the whole of the body, you also start with the right side. as we have described. So if you want to make wudu first, you start with wudu as we make wudu. Now if you want to start pouring the water on the bed, you pour the right side and then the left side, just as we have described. Because the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, ibda'na bimayaminiha wa mawadi'il wudu'i minha. Start with our right side. It also means start with the places of wudu. So you start with the places of wudu first. You wash the hands, you wash the mouth. They say if you want to wash the mouth, you get a small piece of cloth, you wet it with water, you put it in it. Some say put the water and clean it. Some say put the material and clean the mouth, and then the nose, and then you wash the face. In all of this, you have a glove on your hands. So then you wash the face, then the hands, because it says ibda'na bi mawadi'i al-wudu'i minha. The places of wudu, you start with that. Like you are making wudu for him or her, then you start washing. When you now start washing, you start with her right side. Pour the water on the head, right side, then left side. On the neck, right side, then left side. On the shoulder, right side, then the left side. Up to the waist, then you turn gently, the right side of the back. Then you turn gently, the left side of the back. Then you wash from the hip to the knee, the right side. The left, from the hip to the knee. Then you turn on the right side, the back side of the hip to the knee. Then you turn on the left side, the back side of the hip to the knee. Then you wash from the knee to the leg, the right side. Then you wash from the knee to the leg, the left side. You would have followed this hadith. When said alayhi salatu wasalam, ibda'na bimayaminiha wa mawadi'il wudu'i minha. This hadith occurs in Bukhari and Muslim from the hadith of Abdur-Raūf radiyallahu anhu. He said, rahimahullah, وَلَا يُغَسَّلُ الشَّهِيدِ. Those who died on the battle of jihad, we do not wash them. A number of companions reported that hadith. From them was Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari in Bukhari and Muslim, Sunan Abi Dawud, in Farada bihi al-Bukhari. It occurs in As-Sunan al-Arba', the hadith of Jabir ibn Abdullah. There is a hadith of Abu Barzah al-Aslami in the case of Julaybi. Julaybi was not washed, radiyallahu anhu. We know the case of Julaybi, radiyallahu anhu. Then the hadith of Anas ibn Malik. That one occurs in Sunan Abi Dawud and Sunan al-Tirmidhi. And then the hadith of Abdullah ibn Zubayr. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he reported that Anna Shuhada Uhud. Jabir Anas reported that the Shuhada of Uhud, those who died in the battle of Uhud, Lam yughassalu, they were not washed. Wa dufinu bi dima'in, they were buried together with their blood. Wa lam yusalla alayhim. The Prophet alayhi salatu salam and the rest of the companions did not observe salat on them. We will come back to these issues when we are discussing as-salatu ala al-mayt. Today is about al-ghusl, washing the corpse. La yughassalu ash-shahid. Those who died in the battlefield are not washed. In the next class we come to the next bab, Bab al-Takfir, the chapter about wrapping the dead Muslim. After we bath him, we wrap him. What are the rulings concerning it? Inshallah, we'll come back to that. I do not hope, I'm not traveling, I'm around. So evening now, we'll come back to class. In the next class, inshallah, to discuss how to wrap the clothes, how to wear the clothes. Some Yorubas, they sew cap, bad, so to kaftan. So, if it is a woman, they sew trouser and gown and hijab and hand glove and niqab. Good? Or no niqab? We want niqab, tell him. Is the shroud not a bigger niqab? And don't start from niqab. After yí ọbẹ̀ náà. After yí ọlásọ náà. Yẹ́nlá for you all of us. Alhamdulillah. The man who dies in the midst of women who are not his relatives, the water they will pour on the man, will it be water ancillary? Yes. The water you will use for Ghuslul Mayyit is Al-Ma'u and what? Because the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, Yughsiluhu bima'in wasil. So any washing you wash, it must be with water and silk. Now, if you are perceiving odor, can you use some sponge? No sponge. The sponge will be too hard on his body. Leaves. The leaves does not matter. The leaves are soft. The leaves of cedar are very soft. It's even floppy. If you take one cedar leaf like this, if you touch it, I have cedar tree, big tree inside my house. It's the only tree I have inside my house. Big. I cut it, it's big here. But so if you touch one leaf of cedar, you see both shape kept over. So put it in the water, you roll it, or you cut it into small pieces in the water. And then the smell too, the kafur will take care of it. Kafur takes care of smell. May Allah never make us smell when we die. That's why not to smell, the janaza must be fast. But some people, once they die like this, they start smelling. Very recently, I listened to a fatwa by Sheikh Saleh Fawzan. They were talking about our sweat. That the way people sweat smells depicts their iman. There are some people, their smell are very offensive. It will be as if they pour you sulfur on your face. Or sulfur oxide. Is it sulfur oxide that has a bad smell? Can you see? Bad smell. Sulfur oxide. SO4. And SO2. SO2. Bad smell. Some people eat like Okuna very bad, and he's alive. Please go and check your color. Some people is one way to know. When they sweat, you come near them. There is a problem with you. Some people immediately they die like Okuwoman. May Allah protect us. May Allah protect us. So we use the sealing and what can do. In the absence of water, some scholars say that. In fact, regarding a man or a woman who dies in the presence of a lot of women, some scholars say it is tayammum they will give the man. But some of the scholars say, how do you give him tayammum when water is available? The best of and the highest of what has been reported was an after from Abdullah ibn Umar, who said that such a woman who dies in the presence of men, they should put her in water. Put the woman in water, warm, with jilbab and niqab like that. Bring her out, wrap her, go and bury her. Or a man. Today we have water bath, load the water bath with water. This Athar, Al-Imām Ibn al-Munzir brought it in Al-Awsat. I was thinking about time, I brought Al-Awsat. I would have gone to the Athar of Nāsir from Abdullah ibn Umar. Put such persons deep there in the water and bring them out. If you can't do that, pour them that water. Don't forget, that water should have what? Safety inside it. If you want to do that 2 times, the second one you put them will have safety and what? Kafur. So you can put somebody in the water, like that, bring them out. In the case that we discussed, a man alone in the middle of women, or a woman alone in the middle of men. Nobody is about ekiboni. Keep her deep in the water, bring her out. There's the Athar of Abdullah ibn Umar. And many other scholars said that. Now, if there is no water in that circumstance, some scholars say make tayammum, like Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib, like Al-Imām Abu Hanīfah, and others say make tayammum very gentle. Allahu Akbar. So it's possible to have tayammum, but that is in the absence of what tayammum in any tahara comes when we can't find walam tajidu ma'an fatayammamu sa'idan tayyiba. Yes, if once we cleanse the person, like the fatwa of Ibn Umar when he said put her in the water and bring her out, that's what it is. And it's a basic rule. Anything in the Sharia where they say do 2-3 times, one is permissible. Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen said that's a lot. They say do it 3 times. Means if you do it once and the body is clean, put it over. Now, alaykum salam. Now, these days, with niqabis, wearing face cap, to alimuha, hiya jahila, hajatin ila ta'lim. Many people are ignorant. A young one niqab, it must be level. How does that? Niqab is just like normal dressing. So anybody who dress normally, that doesn't know something. Somebody can dress and be ignorant. Is everybody wearing fine cap that's only Coco or LL? Everybody wearing fine cap cannot write his name down, whether in Arabic or in English. So if you see a woman in the car, wear face cap, say Arumu, face cap there when he wore this cap when he come, a young woman. It's part of the idea. As I stopped, my brain was trying to tell me that what if there's a need for it? So I was asking that brain, what need will a woman have to wear this cap? So my mind was communicating with myself. That was why I paused, so that I can give that mind a rod with that. What is the justification to have a woman wear this cap? Last Hajj, one group, they wear cowboy cap. One group, they wear cowboy cap. Women, cowboy cap. Inside from Nigeria here. You like cowboy? You know cowboy's cap now? It's long in the front, like in the fold it. So these kinds of things, don't be harsh. Don't be hard. Just tell the person what you are doing is not correct. Stop it. Remove your face cap. You are disfiguring your wearing a hijab. A face cap makes you look like a man. And the Prophet ﷺ cursed women who behave like men and men who behave like women. So wearing a face cap makes you look, as you look in front, you will think that you're a man. Don't wear it. Some girls now, you see them wear jalabia, this Dubai jalabia. In fact, one woke up one day, like, brother. Please, all these things should stop. Because you don't wear face cap again, it makes you look like men. And it's not lawful for you to look like men. May Allah forgive all of us. Can we call it today, Ikhwa, today, inshallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Amin.